In the quiet hush of late autumn, when the world slows down and the nights grow long and gentle, there lived a man named Elior. He was 42 years old. His eyes carried fine lines, not from age alone, but from years of living, loving, losing, and learning to carry on. His hair, once the deep color of autumn leaves, now held soft threads of silver that shimmered quietly in the lamplight. Eliar lived alone in a small stone cottage at the edge of Willowmere forest, close enough to hear the trees whisper at night, far enough to feel the peaceful solitude he had chosen. His 30s had been years of building a career that once filled him with purpose, a marriage that slowly faded into silence, friendships that drifted away like leaves on the wind. Now, in the evenings, Eliar sat by his window with a cup of chamomile tea that often went cold in his hands. He watched the stars appear one by one. They felt distant, quiet, polite, as if they no longer had secrets meant just for him. But one star was different. On certain nights when the air was crisp and the heart felt restless, a single silver light drifted lower than the others. So how it seemed to hover just beyond the garden gate. The villagers called into the whispering star. They said that those who listened with more than their ears could hear it speak. Soft fragments of forgotten wishes, half remembered hopes, gentle reminders that wonder had not completely left the world. Eliar remembered these stories from his childhood back then. He had smiled at them the way grown ups smile at things meant for children. But tonight, something inside him ached, a quiet longing to could no longer ignore. Slowly, he stood, wrapped himself in an old woolen shawl his grandmother had knitted long ago, still faintly scented with lavender, and stepped outside. The grass glittered with frost. The night was still, and there the whispering star waited. It drifted closer, bathing Eliar's face in calm silver light. Then, in a voice as soft as silk moving through the wind, it spoke. Eliar, will you think walking tonight? There is a place the stars remember, a place that is fading because too many hearts have forgotten how to dream. Your heart still carries embers. Will you help it remember? The question settled gently in his chest, heavy, yet strangely light. For the first time in many years, Eliar did not argue with himself. He simply nodded. The frost beneath his feet softened into mist. The earth released him gently, and he began to rise past the dark pines, past the sleeping village, past clouds shaped like old memories. Below him, the world became a quiet tapestry of shadow and starlight. They traveled in silence below flowed rivers of liquid moonlight. Valleys bloomed with glowing star flowers. Mountains shimmered like crystal, holding the colors of every dawn that had ever existed. At last, they arrived at a hidden hollow on one no path had ever reached. At, at its center stood the dream where tree, ancient, vast, its trunk wider than memory itself. Its branches reached upward like open hands, but its leaves were fading. Once vibrant, many had turned ash grey, heavy with weariness. The whispering star spoke softly. For centuries, human dreams fed this tree. Children's imaginations, lovers' hopes, artists' visions, even the quiet dreams of those who believed their time had passed. When the world grew loud, people forgot to listen. Without dreams, the tree weakens, and when it fades, gentle dreams fade it with. Elior felt the truth of those words like a hand resting on his shoulder. What can one tired heart do? He whispered. The star warned. Climbed to the hearts of dreams. It said, offer the dream you buried, then you thought life was too heavy to carry. If it is honest, if it is kind, it will be enough. He placed his hand against the tree. The bark was warm, alive, waiting. Steps of pale light appeared. Elior began to climb. At first, the steps were wide and gentle. Higher up, they narrowed. The wind whispered doubts through the branches. You are too late. Your dreams are too small. Why should this matter now? He paused, breathing deeply. Memories surfaced. The career that consumed him, the marriage that ended quietly, the promise he postponed for someday. Then he remembered his grandmother's word. The bravest thing a heart can do is keep beating after it breaks. I am still here, Elior whispered, and I still want to believe. The branches parted. At the crown of the tree rested the heart of dreams, a glowing crystal pulsing faintly. Elior sat quietly and spoke from his soul. I dream that it is never too late to begin again, that tired hearts are allowed to want wonder, that we forgive ourselves for surviving, and that every heart remembers it is still capable of magic. His words become silver mouths settling into the crystal. Light returned, leaves bloomed, the the tree breathing again, and somewhere below, millions slept more peacefully. The whispering star smiled. You will remember, it said, every time you choose wonder over weariness. Elior returned home before dawn. He slept with his hand over his heart, full, warm, and quiet. And from that night on, whenever the world felt heavy, he looked to the stars. He remembered. Some dreams are found later in life, when the heart finally understands how precious they are. Good night. Sleep deeply, and may your dreams be kind.